Welcome to BRIT'S Tips. I am Brittany and I give tips on everything early childhood related. Today's content in this video, what you're gonna watch is the process and just some basic tips that I give about making house rules for your children. You have rules in your home that are visual for your young child or young children to see. If you don't, I suggest just considering trying it. They don't have to be extravagant. I did say before, you should have visuals. You should have a visual. You should have a visual next to whatever words you pick. You shouldn't have too many rules, but it's a simple thing to do and it can really help with your management. A lot of what I'm providing comes from the fact that I was a teacher for so many years, and having rules is like classroom management number one. Literally, like one of the first things you should have is rules in your classroom. So if you're running a ship at home, you should have rules of some sort. They should kind of be general, in the sense of you want to be able to reference them about more than just one behavior. Like, don't put a toy in your mouth. You may want to save for that one listening ears so you can reference all the different things a child's doing when they're not like listening to you. So the content you're going to see is simply just how I facilitated that with Harmony. So check it out. All right, so we are going good to make house good rules. So I just did the normal message that Harmony and I do every single day. We have a different message. This message today, this is a picture of Harmony and I, and this is an example of the chart that I'm going to use. The message is that we are going to make house rules. I'm going to talk more about that. What I'm doing is I'm giving her some kind of like some background, some preparation for the activity we're about to do. Doing this is called front loading. That's what this skill is. And it really literally just means giving them some context so that when you sit down to do the activity with the young child, like I said, Harmony's only 2 years old. When you sit down to do the activity, they'll be more engaged because you have activated what's called their prior knowledge. So any prior knowledge that the child may have. I talked to her already about the 3 rules that we're going to put on her chart. And next, I'll be showing you how we do that. Okay, so this is how I'm facilitating these, setting up these rules with Harmony. This right here is just a simple board that I brought from Staples. I think it was like $5. And what happened was my husband and I, we sat down and we talked this through about what rules we feel like are most relevant for Harmony, right? And just when you're going to pick and decide the rules that work for your own house, just consider your child and your children, and then think about things that are a little more general. If you have too many rules, they probably won't be as impactful. So you don't want to have too many rules. I would say the most maybe 5 for young children. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up visuals. That is a huge big deal. So like I said before, my husband and I, we sat down, we picked these 3 rules for our house, and what we're going to do is just intermittently go over these rules. Another quick thing, these visuals that I have here for the rules, I just copied these off of Google and printed them. That's it, just printed them out. It's just regular paper. And what I want to say about that, the extremely important thing to remember with little children, if you just wrote these rules down as an adult, if you put these on this chart and you're trying to teach a young child them, they're not going to internalize them as much because they don't read yet. So typically children that don't read yet, even kids that do read, you really want to add visuals because that is literally how they process. Young children learn through play, they learn through repetition, and they definitely learn through visuals. So these are the visuals that I chose. And here are our rules. So the more family rules, keep your body to yourself. I chose this visual. This is actually a book that Harmony and I read. It's right here. It's a social story about what hands are for. They're not for hitting. Similar to how we made that social story before about how things don't go in her mouth. Listening ears, I chose this visual. It's just an ear in someone's hand, right? And then cleaning up, or are the 3 rules that, you know, like I said, my husband and I chose for our daughter. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have her literally just help with the gluing part. And my last point to say is the reason why I'm having her be involved in this is so that it's not just something she sees. Just like with the book and the social story, when you involve them in what you do, it's very likely that they're internalizing it more, so that when you're referencing back, for example, to your rules, if they're not following them, you're in a position where they remember when you talked about it. So I suggest picking a kind of central location in your house to put the rules up, and also including the child in that as well. The rules right here are in the front of our house. So we decided to put the rules right here. Harmony, come stand next to them. Look at that. What does that say? Can you read it to Mama? I decided to put them here. And like I said, this is a central location in our house. Her playroom, their playroom is right over here, right? So if I'm there and I need to reference the rules, I could just point and talk about them. She could see the visual here. Also, the rest of our house is down in that direction, so we could stand here and point to the rules. The visuals, keep in mind, they're really, really big pictures for that specific reason. And just one last pointer would be, depending on your child's size, it's always relevant and important to have things at children's eye level. If it's not on their eye level, it's just more likely that, you know, they just won't look at it. And once again, it could become wallpaper. So as Harmony stands here, you see that these are very much so on her eye level. She can look at them. She can be reminded every day when she comes down the stairs that she has rules we expect her to keep. Hey, thank you for watching BRIT'S tip number 6. Create house rules for your children and with your children. And if you got something out of this video, as always, you can like and subscribe, and feel free to reach out to me and let me know if you have specific questions. If you have topics you want me to cover, I am more than excited and willing to jump right in. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.